I have been on the book internet for a very long time. I have seen the fall and rise of many a trends. I remember when the cartoon romance book covers were first coming out and people loved them because they didn't want to read romance covers with shirtless men on the cover, which are so ugly, by the way. I still stand by that. And as I've seen this rise and this fall of the book internet, I have also seen the rise of BookTok. And one thing that BookTok has done is it has popularized fantasy that is aimed at women. And because of this new term called cozy fantasy kept popping up. But I said, cozy fantasy? You're saying cozies, and you're talking about fantasy, not my cozies. Okay, my cozies will always be cozy mysteries. I love these things. I love them so bad. My love affair with cozy mysteries, I think the first time I read a cozy mystery novel was my sophomore year of high school. I binged all 3 of the Teacher Rosie Kitchen Mysteries. But, like, my love of mystery has kind of gone far back between that. Like, my frame of reference for mystery is I always think about Ace Attorney. I love Ace Attorney. I love Ace Attorney. It is so wacky. It is so fun. And I think it does kind of have that kind of tone for the murder. Because the thing about cozy mysteries is they are not excessively violent. I say this as if the book I am reading right now didn't have a food truck just blow up and someone died. But they're not, like, known for their violence. Usually there'll be a murder, maybe a second murder, and then, like, a threatening scene at the end. And we'll wrap back to that. But that's kind of the crux of the genre, is kind of focusing on, like, the fun part of, like, the interrogation, the investigation, finding out who did it, finding out why they did it. That's the joy of a cozy mystery, is the investigation. It's like Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie, kind of thinking like that. I am here to convince you to read some cozies. I have several behind me. And I'm here to propagandize you. You need to start reading cozy mysteries. There is nothing that can get me out of, like, a reading slump or I don't want to read than a cozy mystery. They are so addictive. A lot of them come in mass market paperbacks, which I actually think are dying, but a lot of them, even, like, old ones, like if you got a used one or the ones from your library, are going to come in a mass market paperback format, which are these, like, tiny, tiny books. Like, here is a hardcover YA mystery, and here is a cozy mystery. So you can put it in your pocket. You can take it anywhere. I was reading this one in the ER. They're portable. That's one reason you should read cozy mysteries. 2 is they're so dang fun. I am talking about a very specific cozy mystery. Like, when I think of cozy mysteries, I think it is about a woman who owns a business in the metropolitan area of a big city. Like, it's an hour or 2 away from, like, a big city. And she kind of moves to this small town for whatever reason. Her boyfriend broke up with her, or, like, she wants to live a small town life, like, stuff like that. And so she, kind of Hallmarky. So she moves to this smaller town, and eventually a murder occurs. And it's someone she knows or herself who gets accused of the murder, and the police are doing a bad job. I mean, as they do in real life. And she has to start investigating the murder herself. So there are lots of quirks of the genre. Like, one, you have, like, this kind of town aesthetic. Like, you have all these characters that kind of grow from the town. So as you go from book to book, you kind of see the characters grow. Now, some people, like, hop from book to book. They'll jump in the middle of the series. That stresses me out. I don't do that. But if you're about that life, that's beautiful. But you can kind of, like, see this town. So, like, this character is, like, you met in, like, book 3, and now in book 5, they're getting accused of murder, and blah, 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 blah. And what's also kind of fun about this is I think about, like, the Teacher Rosie Kitchen Mysteries, because they were, like, some of my first, is, like, this gives you, like, a chance to delve deeper into some of the characters. Like, in the first book, the Calendar Crew, the Ninongs, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, that is Tagalog. Tita Rosie has taught me a lot, but I've only read it, so I cannot tell you if I'm pronouncing Ninong right. But the Calendar Crew, these, like, aunties, Ninong April, Ninong May, and Ninong June, they kind of get their chance to shine in the 4th book. So you kind of get this community aspect, and it's you kind of get to know everyone in the town, and that's really fun. Another thing is that, like, the world, like, this world is very absurd. Because it's supposed to be cozy, because it's supposed to be low-key, we don't really talk about the horrors of living in a town where there's, like, a murder every few months. A murder that, 1, the cops can't solve, and 2, that is, like, orchestrated, like, Ace Attorney level mind games. And, like, that's like that's just like a reality of these people's towns, but we all just kind of ignore it because it's cozy. It's supposed to be good vibes. This juxtaposition is just very entertaining. Third reason is, like, you can get, like, cozy mysteries from, like, all sorts of people. You've got, like, gay cozy mysteries, black cozy mysteries, Asian cozy mysteries, white cozy mysteries. But there's, like, cozy mysteries from everyone. Everyone lives in a small town and is almost getting murdered. That's a universal experience in the cozy mysteries. It's also fun to imagine that this is all the same, they're all in the same world, and everyone is just running into randos who like to kill people. And it's also really funny because these protagonists also kind of live in this, like, cozy world. And because they live in this cozy world, like, after you've had a gun pulled on you, like, 2 times, you think you would, like, at least invest in, like, a TikTok shop self-defense kit. But no. They're just living that. They're investigating these mysteries raw. Just a journal and a bit of gossip. That's all it takes. And I think that's just something that I just adore about these cozy mysteries. It is just one lady, a journal, and gossiping around the entire town. There's a group of old ladies who know everyone and everybody. So you talk to the old ladies and they're like, oh, I heard that Cheryl, her brother's uncle, he knew the victim. And you're like, oh, okay, let's go investigate this. Oh, this person's business is failing. And, like, you kind of learn all of this. It is so fun to read these mysteries. I'm not even trying to solve it. Like, I'm not even trying to solve it because I always want to be shocked at the end. And if you read enough cozy mysteries in a row by the same author, you can just guess who the murderer is. So, I've told you why you should get into cozy mysteries. Now I'm telling you how to trick other people into reading cozy mysteries. So, I tricked my mother into getting into cozy mysteries this December. And how I did this is, one, I was going to Barnes & Noble. So I was like, we should drive to Barnes & Noble. So we drive to Barnes & Noble. And I'm thinking, you know what? I have a go-to book that I can go to that I'll grab and I'll always like. And this is the book I bought. It is a cozy mystery. So I'm talking to my mom and I said, yeah, I really love these cozy mysteries. I'm giving her the spiel I'm giving you. And she goes, yeah, well, I was recently watching the Thursday Murder Club with your father and I really liked it. Do you think this is like that? And I said, oh, yes, Mama, it is exactly like that. Like, it's exactly like that. And so she, my lovely mother, says, okay, I'll get one too. This is her book. And she brought it to Jamaica to read. She read Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and she read this book, and she really loved it. So she went to my room and she got another cozy mystery to read because she really liked them. And I think there's this, like, very broad appeal because everyone likes a good mystery. And they're not very violent. Like, that's one thing my mom doesn't like, is she does not like violence. She doesn't like violence, anything like explicit, anything too extra. She doesn't like that in fiction. But she does love a good mystery, and she thinks it's interesting. And so she'll talk to me, she'll be like, oh, like, this is what I thought will do it. And, like, I'm so entertained. Like, I was a little bored at the beginning, but then the murder happened, and then everything kicked into high gear. And I was like, yeah, exactly, that's how it happens. Like, you're 20 pages in, you're like, I don't care, why are we doing any of this? And then a food truck blows up, and you're like, well, we gotta figure out what's happening here. I just love cozy mysteries, and I really think you should read some too. So, here's my recommendations. First, I think you should read the Tita Rosie Kitchen mysteries. I think they're really good. I love them. I love the characters. I don't know if it's just because I've read a lot of them, but I also do like Vivian Chen's Death by Dumpling. I think this one's good. I read some of Abby Collette's. I didn't like this one as much as I liked the second one, because the second one has a bit of church drama. That one's nice. I think most cozy mysteries are appropriate for children, but if not, like, if you want to get, like, specifically YA, I read mysteries when I was a teenager, and I read Truly Devious. This is the third book. The Inheritance Games, that was great. I read that for my book club unit, my freshman year of high school. I loved it. It was so great. And also, just for spice, this is Rebecca. I think this book is really good, and it technically has a mystery at the core, so it's relevant. But my pure cozy mystery recommendations are Tita Rosie Kitchen Mysteries, The Noodle Shop Mysteries by Vivian Chen, and anything by Abby Collette. Those are my recommendations. I truly do think that you should just start your cozy mystery journey. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope I convinced you to pick up a cozy mystery. I truly do think that they're great. I try not to spoil any of the mysteries, so you can have them and you can have your fun. If you want some movie recommendations, I do recommend, Beating a Dead Horse, but the Knives Out trilogy is always super fun. I like the Glass Onion one. I just like Janelle Monáe. And then my mom loved the Thursday Murder Club, so like I'll get out her recommendation too. Like and subscribe. I would love for you to read more. I'd love for you to share any cozy mysteries that you like. Are you into this genre? Tell me more. Are there any genres that you want to talk about? Love you. Bye.